Hey you guys, it's Jason from the RC Cave. Thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to do a review of the JConcepts Short Course Truck Backpack, which is stock number 2095 if you're looking for it online. Now the reason why I'm doing this video is I was recently shopping around for one of these and I didn't find a lot of information online. There's not a lot of companies that make these. What I found a lot were these big hauler bags. I've actually got a hauler bag, which is super useful when you want to take a ton of stuff with you, but what I was looking for was something that was big enough to bring one RC with all the little pieces and batteries and tools and everything that you need with it for a day out, but was small enough to actually walk with a little bit, because my hauler bag, man, that thing is heavy. You can't walk with that at all. So in this video, I'm going to try to give you the information that you need to decide if this bag is right for you. Now something I should point out, this is a short course truck backpack, but I don't even have a short course truck. If you look behind me, all of these RCs right here will fit into this backpack. Even the Yeti XL, the Truggy, the Buggy, the crawlers. For those crawlers out there, one of my favorite uses for this backpack is I'll throw a crawler in there and go hiking out in the woods, and you get to all these cool crawling spots that you wouldn't maybe get to if you couldn't hike a little bit. So it's not just for short course trucks. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and I'm going to show you some of the details. The bag is made of a heavy canvas material. It has some sort of vinyl coating here where it has the JConcepts logo printed on it. The inner compartment here is 22 inches by 13 inches. And I see that it's about 6.5 inches tall. So for those of you that prefer centimeters, that's about 56 centimeters by 33 centimeters by 16.5 centimeters tall. Some of the features that make this an RC specific backpack that I've noticed, that first of all, the whole bag is just this one giant cargo area. A normal school backpack wouldn't have this square shape, and a school backpack would probably, zip down to about right here so you can get your books out without it, falling open. But with this JConcepts RC backpack, you can tell the design with the zippers that come all the way down and this huge giant cargo area here. The design is really to hold an RC. And you can see mine's pretty dirty here. I have used this thing for about a year. So I've used this and abused it. I threw it in the washing machine and it's perfectly fine. A couple other RC specific features I noticed is that this compartment here is just perfectly shaped for a radio. This one here is for a couple of lipo batteries, and these side pockets, one here and an identical one on this side, well, those are made for 1/8 scale buggy or short course tires. On the back of the bag, you've got some nice padding to keep it off your back, some decent shoulder straps here, a place for a business card, and I'll mention that the strap here for holding up the bag, it looks like it goes all the way around. You can see it comes around here, it goes all the way around the bag, and that's a nice durability feature. Okay, you guys, here's a quick size comparison between a standard carry-on bag, the JConcepts backpack, and what I consider to be an average size book bag. Now, JConcepts says on their website that this backpack can be carried onto an airplane. That's true, but what I wanted to clarify is they mean a carry-on piece of luggage. Usually when you think of a backpack to carry on an airplane, you think of something like this, which will go underneath the airplane seat and the airline will consider it a personal item. That's not the case with this backpack, at least if the backpack's full. Right now I've got the Yeti XL inside the backpack, and as you can see, it's actually slightly bigger than a standard airline carry-on. I can get a 1/8 scale Truggy in this bag. I cannot get a 1/8 scale Truggy in this bag right here. So that's something to take into account. This bag, when it's full, it's pretty big. Alright, you guys, let me show you how I typically use this bag. Right now, I've got it set up to bring everything I need for a day at the track with my 1/8 scale buggy. Now, in this pouch, I've got my radio. I wouldn't recommend putting a real nice radio in this pouch because there's no padding, but for basic radio, it works fine. In the lipo pouch, I've actually got some extra tools, just some basic tools you'll need for an emergency repair job. In the tire compartment, I've got a set of extra tires depending on track conditions. In the other tire compartment, rather than extra tires, what I've got are some essential parts. Toolbox with some parts that you might need, extra parts for this buggy, some RC essentials like set of screws, ESC programming card, voltage regulator, temperature gauge, all that kind of stuff that I'd normally have in my hauler bag. And then the main compartment here, you can see I'm running an RC8.2e 1/8 scale buggy. Now with the wing on and the tires on, it fits in there perfectly fine, no problems at all. Got a bag of lipos, several high capacity 4S lipos in there, fit no problem. My road chargers in here, another toolbox with some extra parts for this buggy. And as you can see, I fit a ton of stuff in this bag, all the stuff you could possibly want for a day out at the track with one single vehicle, but it's so much easier to carry this backpack than it is a hauler bag. Now if you guys are wondering if you can get a 1/8 scale truggy in there, you can. You just have to take the tires off. I've got my Tekno ET-48 in here with the wing on, tires removed, fits in there with no problem. So you can have a day out at the track with a 1/8 scale truggy in this bag, no problem at all. Alright, now for the Yeti XL fans, I haven't forgotten about you guys. Now JConcepts says that this compartment is 23 inches long or tall. Now the Yeti XL is 24.5 inches from the back to the front of the frame. It will fit in that bag. Okay you guys, now I've got the Yeti XL in there. You can see the bag is full, but it's not overly stuffed, and these side compartments are still usable. This front compartment's a little bit squashed, so you couldn't get a radio in there. The zipper opens real nicely. And the Yeti XL fits in there, even though it's 24.5 inches long, and the specs say that this compartment is 22 inches long. The compartment adjusts and the Yeti XL fits in there perfectly fine. You just have to throw the tires and the radio in a different bag. But if you want to take the Yeti XL for a hike or on vacation or something, this bag is a good option. Alright, for you rock crawlers out there, if you're like me and you like to take a rock crawler out into the woods, go hiking and get away from all the people, Axial Wraith fits in there, no problems at all. I have larger than stock tires on here, wheel wideners, and a light bar. Still, no problem at all. You can put all the extra stuff you need in there for a day out. Now I've got an SCX10 in there. Now this is one of my taller RCs. It's got a body lift, real tall 1.9 inch Super Swamper XL tires. Still fits in there perfectly fine. I should mention this SCX10, how it's set up right now, is over 10 inches tall, and this compartment is only 6.5 inches tall, but it stretches quite a bit. So even with the tires on, that oversized SCX10 fits in there, no problems. Now I've got an RC 4-wheel drive Trail Finder 2. Fits in there without any problem. Not very tall, but it's real long. No problem at all. Alright you guys, now I'm going to give you some of the pros and cons of this JConcepts short course truck backpack. First, the pros. This is one of the only RC specific backpacks that I know of. And what I mean by that is JConcepts actually designed this thing with RC hobbyists in mind. They didn't just slap their logo on a book bag. It's actually been designed for the RC hobbyist. So you've got this huge cargo space here, you've got a radio specific compartment here, a lipo compartment here, and these side compartments for tires. Those are really nice features for RC hobbyists. Now some of the cons. Most of the complaints that I have about this backpack are just the way the pockets are laid out. This compartment here, it's nice to have for your radio, but it becomes unusable when the bag is really full, and it doesn't have any padding, which means you don't want to throw a really nice radio in here. A cheap radio is fine, but don't put a nice radio in here. Another complaint I have is this lipo pouch, as well as all the other pouches in here, there's no divisions. So if you have like some spare body clips or some spare screws or all the little pieces we end up carrying around, there's nowhere to put those really. One final thing I have is these side compartments. While it's really nice to be able to throw an extra set of tires in here, you don't really need the tire holders on both sides. I think on one side they could have made some nice divisions there for a water bottle, some toolboxes, what have you. So those are a few of the minor complaints that I have. Overall, I highly recommend this backpack. It's super useful if you want to take an RC out and get out into the woods or out to the track or something like that and you don't want to bring your big hauler bag. Super useful, highly recommend it. Alright you guys, thanks for watching. If you found this review useful, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more. Alright, I'll see you next time.